It's a major winter storm taking aim at central and eastern Kentucky. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey tracking the latest sleet and snow accumulations just ahead.
We're prepared as well as we can be prepared under the circumstances.
A fire last week destroyed a central Kentucky town's snow removal equipment. What their new plan is to tackle this next wave of winter weather.
We deal with it every day. Whatever we get that day, we deal with it.
Crews with the Pulaski County Road Department are gearing up for yet another winter storm.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. We're tracking some wild, messy, wet weather moving into the bluegrass overnight, and we'll see everything from heavy snow to heavy rain.
And all of our region is under a winter storm warning, so we have issued a first alert severe weather day. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, who has a breakdown of what you can expect, and we need a breakdown.
Yeah, we need a break is actually what we need, but boy, oh boy, keeping up with this changing weather is going to be the task over the next 24 to 36 hours. That's why we're going to be here for you to walk you through the storm. This is a winter storm warning that is out, as you mentioned, for the entire area. No wonder. 8 to 14 inches of sleet and snow expected in the area. I've painted here in the pinkish area. A little farther to the south, we're going to see more in the way of sleet try to cut in on those totals. So the farther south and southeast that you get, you may be talking about more sleet than snow, but there you're going to be walking a very fine line in terms of sleet versus snow. But 8 to 14 inches would effectively shut down parts of this area yet again. Most of that will fall Wednesday night into Thursday. So tomorrow, later in the day, the farther west you go, you're going to see some sleet and snow begin to take over. Then tomorrow evening, it's game on across the entire area. Between now and the winter storm, the first thing we've got to get through, the heavy rain threat later tonight and tomorrow. Flood watch is out for much of the state, actually the entire state. Flood warnings out for Licking River there into parts of Harrison County. Into sections of Stoner Creek, into Paris and Bourbon County, Kentucky River, Cumberland River included in that. Anywhere from 1 to local 2 or 3 inch amounts of rain, a good possibility over the next 24 hours. That's before we make that transition, guys. Right now on Live First Alert Defender, I've got a healthy band of slow-moving rain. That's the flood threat that will sag its way southward as we go into later tonight. Coming up in a little bit, we'll walk you through the entire winter storm and show you how it may be followed up by record-shattering temperatures.
All right, Chris, thank you. With more snow on the way, the city of Lawrenceburg will have to put their new snow removal plan to the test.
And that's because 10 days ago, a fire in the city's maintenance garage destroyed their snow plows. Miranda Combs talked to the city's mayor about their new snow plan in our top story at 5:30.
Looking at the Lawrenceburg sky, you can tell something is coming. Coming on top of what's left from the last snowstorm. Mayor says he's ready for whatever Mother Nature brings his way.
And we're ready for the snow if it comes tomorrow or the next day.
Mayor Robert Goodlett has a situation on his hands. 2 weeks ago, a fire destroyed the maintenance building and all the city's snow removal equipment inside. More than $1 million in city property lost.
Because of the snow event, all of our snow equipment was in that barn to keep it ready to run in case we had another snow event.
This is what's left of the maintenance building, a charred foundation next to damaged salt spreaders, plows, and backhoes. Now, with the talk of more bad weather to come, some residents are concerned.
I live on a hill, and if my road's not plowed, the school buses can't come down it, and I can't get out of my driveway.
Mayor Goodlett plans to get help from local contractors in Franklin County.
The great good things that's come out of all this is the vast amount of mutual aid that was offered by surrounding counties.
They've got their own people too to worry about, as long as, we're taken care of too, I'd like, I don't want them just to not do us.
We've got as much equipment available to us for this snow as we had before we had the fire. I think I can say to the citizens of Lawrenceburg that we're prepared as well as we can be prepared under the circumstances.
In Lawrenceburg, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
And Lawrenceburg still has one truck left with a scraper and a salt spreader. Firefighters say they still don't know what caused the fire.
More snow is not what road crews in southern Kentucky want to see. The Pulaski County Judge Executive says the last storm was an expensive one, but snow doesn't care about the cost. Mike Linden continues our weather team coverage in Pulaski County, where road crews there are already putting a plan in place for tomorrow.
As another winter storm gets set to bear down on the bluegrass, regional road crews are gearing up.
We've had a big storm that just took about everything we had a couple weeks ago, and now it looks like we're ready for round two, and we're excited about it, excited about the challenge, and looking forward to getting out here and doing our best again.
Kelly says all 32 drivers on staff will work 16-hour shifts to clean and clear the more than 2,000 roads in Pulaski County. Officials say this winter reminds them of 1998.
It's comparable. It's one of the worst winters that I've dealt with since I've been here.
Officials tell me that their supply in both gravel and salt is back at a point in which they feel comfortable to get through the rest of the season. On one side of the barn, we have gravel that's used on hills to provide for better traction for drivers. On the other side, salt that's used on the high priority roads with more traffic than the rest.
We've got a plan put in place that we go by. I mean, we deal with it every day. Whatever we get that day, we deal with it.
Officials say they're counting the days until the end of the season.
Just ready for spring. I'd rather be mowing grass than plowing snow, so we're looking forward to that.
In Pulaski County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Aren't we all ready for spring? Well, supervisors say that crews go through about 100 tons of salt and gravel on average each time they treat the roads. Well, with the threat of this latest winter storm, stores are again running low on supplies. Hardware stores are struggling to fill customer orders. Big box hardware stores like Lowe's and Lexington tell us they are running low on salt and shovels. And a hardware store owner we talked with said he would likely run out of ice melt today.
We've already had phone calls this morning. Everybody is shocked and surprised that we have ice melt and snow shovels, and they're on their way as soon as they find out we've got it.
Well, your best bet is probably to call ahead before heading out to any of those stores. You can track the winter storm when you are away from your TV with WKYT.com and the WKYT First Alert Defender Radar app for your iPad or your smartphone.
From no water to too much water. Today, county leaders lifted a boil water advisory for all of Estill County. But they're advising people that if you live in a flood-prone area to start preparing now. The water distribution center at the Estill County Fair Barn has been closed. In total, more than 13,000 gallons of water were distributed. Water issues caused a headache for school leaders in Scott County. Officials with Georgetown College tell us a pump in the sub-basement of the Cook Memorial Building failed. Water flooded the area. Crews caught the leak before the flooding spread to other floors and turned the power off.
That water was at some depth in that lower level, but it's now being pumped out. Our facilities folks are right on top of it.
The power is back on and the water has been drained from the sub-basement.
Deputies have just cleared the scene of a deadly crash. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Bourbon County. The coroner tells us the accident happened around 4 this afternoon on Clay Kaiser Road. Only one vehicle was involved. The coroner says the driver of that vehicle was killed and a child in the car was not injured. No names have been released at this time. In Laurel County, a man accused of leading police on a high-speed and dangerous chase is now in jail. Police say that Jamie Harrison was pulled over for a traffic stop, but when the deputy approached the car, he took off. Police say Harrison led them on a chase all over the county and even caused one of the deputies to wreck his cruiser.
This guy was driving like a maniac. I mean, he very reckless, running vehicles off the road, driving in opposing lanes of traffic, extremely dangerous pursuit.
Harrison got away from police, but they later arrested him after receiving information that he was on Elmwood Court.
An exhausting winter for road crews around the state continues the next couple of days as more snow arrives in the bluegrass. Carol from Richmond has our good question tonight. She's asking, where does the salt come from used on the roads? Well, Carol, the salt for roads in the U.S. comes from a lot of different places, including Canada, Chile, Mexico, and Ireland. And this afternoon, I talked to Rob Allen of the Fayette County Streets and Roads Department. He says Lexington buys salt from a large supplier called the Detroit Salt Company. The Detroit salt mine has been operating for over a century. It's described as an underground city in Detroit, 1,500 acres and 100 miles of underground roads. Allen says right now Fayette County has at least 5,000 tons of salt on hand. They try to keep 6,000, 8,000 tons there ready to go. And the price, Allen says, because they buy so much, is about $77 per ton. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
A power outage at the government center in Lexington is the latest in a string of problems.
And the former Harlan County Sheriff owes his old department thousands of dollars. Bill Bryant tells us why he's in debt to the department in the bottom line.
Good evening. The polls close shortly in Kentucky's 27th Senate District, where there's been a special election today. Voters are choosing a replacement for longtime Democratic Senator Walter Doc Blevins, who was elected Rowan County Judge Executive. Republican Steve West of Millersburg is hoping to capture the seat and add to the GOP majority in the Senate. Democrat Kelly Caudle, who is from Maysville, is working to keep the seat in his party's column. The district includes Bourbon, Fleming, Harrison, Lewis, Mason, Nicholas, Robertson, and Rowan counties. The polls close at 6 o'clock. The two-day closure of Lexington City Hall after an electrical fire blamed on the weather is leading to some talk about the future of the aging building. Mayor Jim Gray told WKYT News today that when city government moved into the old Lafayette Hotel, it was supposed to be temporary. That was nearly 40 years ago. Gray says this week's problems underscore the need to think ahead. He says whatever happens, it is important to preserve that landmark building. It may sound good to say that you've campaigned in all 120 counties in Kentucky, but as Republican candidates for governor battle it out for their party's nomination, it's clear that the GOP vote is concentrated in about 20 counties. The Kentucky Gazette studied the numbers and found nearly 60% of the GOP vote is in Jefferson, Fayette, Northern Kentucky, Pulaski, Warren, and a handful of other counties. State auditor recommending that former Harlan County Sheriff Marvin Lipford repay his old department more than $27,000. That's the amount of probe shows was improperly spent over 2 years on things ranging from personal clothing to food and alcohol and a subscription to a dating website. Lipford lost his bid for re-election in November. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
One Fayette County principal is in the nation's capital to talk about public education.
Ron Chi is the principal at the Learning Center at Lindley. He was invited to the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. to meet with other school administrators and education officials to talk about the public school system in this country. Chi is also talking about how he improves education in Kentucky.
It's just a part of defining and structuring what innovative learning and teaching is all about. And I think that the assembling of us just validates that Kentucky is a part of that leading effort.
Chi also says he's looking forward to taking what he's learned in Washington back to Kentucky.